Hi, my name is Amanda Richardson, and I'm an author with Debunking Addiction for HealthyPlace. Today, I just wanted to cover relationships and addiction and how that is a really, really difficult thing to navigate. I first met my now husband when I was actively still in my addiction, which, for those who don't know, my addiction of choice is sex and pornography. And so it really is an interesting thing to try and navigate through an addiction like that when you're in a relationship, because so much of relationships do involve sex and intimacy. And so for my specific journey, it was really, really challenging. So I won't go into all of the details of it, but I did just want to tell you guys, like, finding a supportive partner, I don't recommend really being in a relationship until after you are already in active recovery, at least for a couple months. Some people say a year, because it does just make things a little bit more messy and complicated. Obviously, that varies depending on what your addiction is, what your recovery looks like, how severe your addiction or your attachments are to your addiction and addictive lifestyle. But yeah, it can get quite complicated, and it can get just pretty messy. So my biggest recommendation is just to find someone who understands addiction and understands mental health. That doesn't mean they have to be like a mental health professional by any means, but just someone who's like willing and open to go through some of those difficult changes with you. Someone who's willing to go to therapy, and potentially therapy on their own or therapy with you. I think both are great options. Either way though, I recommend finding someone who is willing to go that extra mile, because being in addiction is hard, or being in addiction recovery is hard, but it's also hard for the people around you. It's hard for your family and friends, and that does include like interpersonal romantic relationships. So just keep that in mind about like when to pursue a relationship in recovery, and also who you go about those relationships with. You want someone who's compassionate and empathetic and understanding, and isn't going to gaslight you or belittle you because of your addiction. Shame is such a big part of addiction. At least it was for me. And so I feel like shame is something I still have to battle through with my addiction, and it's still something that impacts my marriage, at least for me personally. So yeah, I wish you guys all the best. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and check out my newest blog.